UGC NET HRM and Labour Welfare exam was held on 5th November 2020. The NTA released the answer key just 2 days back. Okay. And today is the last day to challenge the answer key till 9 p.m. Guys, we have been flooded with hundreds of emails from all over the country and regarding the challenging of the questions. And we have even asked the students regarding the reasons as to why they think that a particular question or the answer is correct or not. And then we have analyzed each and every question, the possible each and every question that could be challenged. So in a while, we are going to discuss the questions which can be challenged. Fine. Now, if we are not discussing any particular question, what does that mean? That we have analyzed that particular question and that need not be challenged. Okay. So if we are not discussing any question, that means that we have done a thorough analysis of that question and that need not be challenged. Also, guys, I would like to emphasize over here that the system of challenging the answer key was started by NTA just 2 years back. But howsoever, it's a truth that NTA rarely accepts the mistakes, and therefore, what you should do is you should just challenge the questions wisely. Fine. Now let us quickly jump over to the expected cutoff. Let us just discuss as to what could be the potential cutoff this time. Fine. Now, in December 2018, the cutoff for JRF exam was 68%, and for NET it was 59%. Whereas if we talk regarding June 2019 attempt, the cutoff went up to 70%, and for NET again it went up to 61%. So there was a jump of 2 points in the JRF and by 2 points again in the NET. Then if I talk regarding the December 2019 attempt, the cutoff was 67%, and for NET it was 58%. So here it has decreased by 3 points from June 2019 and likewise for NET. Now, let us discuss regarding the potential cutoff for June 2020 exam. So guys, we have come to a conclusion as to what would be the expected cutoff this time on the basis of the difficulty level of the paper. So what we have analyzed that the difficulty level of the paper was quite moderate. So why I would say that it was quite moderate? So this time the paper was conceptual rather than keyword based. Fine. So I particularly need to emphasize over here that you should join live classes of human paratus so that you can get a conceptual hold over all the concepts that are there, and it would provide you a complete conceptual clarity. Also, if I say this time several combination type questions have come, like, see, 4 statements are given, okay, like A, B, C, and C, D, and so on. So the question that was asked was choose from the above statements from A, B, C, and D as to which one are correct. This definitely takes a lot of time of the students in attempting the questions, and also this calls for an in-depth knowledge of the concepts. Now, see, I should not emphasize here enough that so that you are able to solve such application based questions, you should definitely go in for live classes of human parasites. Fine. Now, okay, let me tell you that the analysis of the entire paper is available on our website. So it is that out of 100 questions, 89 questions, more than 89 questions have come from a package of human therapists. Now see, if you would have studied from our human paratus package, you would have easily scored above 89%. So if you refer to a package, you need not refer to any past year paper, any book, any kind of study material. Okay, and we have got you covered with everything. Also, guys, you need not worry regarding the updation of data in the study material, in the human paratus study material. We update our study material every 6 months, and let me just say that this is done by subject matter experts who are at least NET or JRF qualified. So our aim over here is to get you JRF in the exam. Fine, we focus on that. Now, again, there are several YouTube videos that say that some 50 questions are important. They make a video that these 50 questions would help you out in the paper, or 100 important questions. Guys, please do not fall into that trap. Every keyword of the syllabus is equally important for the exam. So just don't be selective in your approach. Remember that. Fine. Now, keeping all of this scenario in mind, the potential cutoff that you could expect for June 2020 examination could be 65 to 66 percentage for JRF, and it could be 56 to 57 percentage for NET.
Okay, guys, so we'll start with the questions of paper one. But remember that we have been receiving emails from many of you. So we have received more than 100 emails from you from all over the country. And we have analyzed every question which has been sent to us through email. But today in this class, in this session, we are discussing only those questions where doubt is more. Please remember that if we are not taking up any question for discussion in this session, that means the answer key is correct, and do not challenge that question. So do not challenge that question if we are not taking up any question in this session. We have gone through every question which you have sent us through email. Okay, so let us start with this one. Ministry of HRD, Government of India, RUSA scheme, which are its components? So we got feedback from some of you that this is the correct answer, but NTA NET says that fourth is correct answer. So what we did, we looked at some authentic source for it. So we found a link on PIB, which is government mouthpiece, and the PIB says that the objective of RUSA are upgrading autonomous colleges to universities. Number one, setting up of new professional colleges. Number two, providing infrastructure grants to universities and colleges. Number three, and a scholarship program to supplement cost of education. Number four. So these are exactly 4 points which are also given in the question. So coming back to the slide, so these 4 points are, so guys, these 4 points are A, C, D and E, and therefore B is incorrect, and therefore the answer key which is given by NTA NET, which is 4, is correct, and therefore our recommendation is do not challenge this question. This is correct, do not challenge this question. Next one. Okay, so this is a question on syllogism, and we have received feedback from many of you on this, especially statement 1. So guys, let us try to solve statement 1 first. So statement 1 is what? So some examinations are too long, so I can write examination circle by E, and I can write circle of too long by TL. So the circle of too long. The second statement is some examinations are too difficult. So now maybe in blue color, I can draw circle of too difficult, which should interact circle of examination. So maybe I can draw my circle of too difficult like this. Okay. Now, what is my conclusion? Conclusion is, therefore, some examination are too long and too difficult. So guys, some of you are saying is that I can see this area which is of examination and is also too difficult, and this area of examination which is also too long, and therefore this is correct. Guys, no, the question is some area of examination which is too long and too difficult, and is keyword over here. So I should be able to find out that area which is common to examination, which is common to too long, and which is common to too difficult. But I have shown you a possibility through this diagram that this will get wrong. Therefore we cannot conclude it that this will be true in every case. Therefore statement 1 is wrong. Wrong means what? We cannot conclude it. Let us look at statement 2. The statement 2 says some dogs chase cats. Okay, so this is circle of dogs, and this is circle of cats. Dog chasing cats. All dogs have fleas. So maybe I'll show you fleas in green color. So the fleas can be like this. And another possibility of showing fleas is like this. So there can be two possibilities in green color which I can show you, which we can show fleas. Okay, so now what is the conclusion? Therefore some cat chasing dogs have fleas. So where are cat chasing dogs? So these are cat chasing dogs, shaded area. So can we say that some of these guys will definitely have fleas? Yes, because this area is totally covered by green circles in both possibilities. Therefore, in every case, this statement would be true, and therefore this is right. Therefore, statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is right, and fourth is answer. The UGC NET also has given fourth to be answer. Therefore, this is correct answer key, and do not challenge this question. Do not challenge this question. Next one. Okay, so these are the steps of theory of Aristotle philosophy, and so these are the four causes: material, efficient, formal, and final. So we looked at some good books to find out the correct flow of these four, and I'll show you some of them. So these are really good books of foreign authors where they have explained everything with example. For example, he's explaining these four terms using the example of building a house. So it says the material cause which would be brick, mortar, etc. It is that out of which things is made. Then comes our formal cause. So formal cause is blueprint of house. Then it says efficient cause. Efficient cause is what we are most familiar with as a cause after explosion of modern science and enlightenment. And the fourth one last is the final cause. And then there is another source which I can show you, which also says that another source. Yeah, the next source again, it shows the flow is material, formal, efficient, and final. Again, this has been shown using example marble. Then there is another book, and guys, these are good book of good foreign authors which we have seen. Coming back to the slide now. So what do we learn from these books is that the flow is, first we'll have material cause, then we will have formal cause, then we'll have efficient cause, and then we'll have final cause. So this shows that the option should be material is A, formal is C, efficient is B, and final is D. and therefore correct answer should be ACBD. ACBD. But the answer key which has been given by UGC NET in blue is ABCD. This is what UGC NET has given, and therefore definitely this answer is wrong. The correct answer key is this only. This is correct, and therefore we advise that this question should be challenged. This is wrong answer key. Next one. Okay, so some of you are saying that the empirical research answer should be inductive method, which is wrong, guys. Please understand the meaning of empirical. Empirical research is research which is based on experiment and evidence, which is based on experiment and evidence. Therefore, scientific method is correct answer, which has been given by UGC NET also. Therefore, do not challenge this answer. Next one. Okay, so when independent variable is explored rather than manipulated to observe the effect on dependent variable, the method of research is called. So guys, remember that there are two variables, independent and dependent. So if I say y is equal to ax plus b, so this is my independent variable, this is my dependent variable. So guys, what happened in case of independent variable? If you are manipulating independent variable, then this is known as experiment method. If you are not manipulating, rather you are exploring, then this is known as ex post facto method. Therefore, again, answer key for this one is also correct, which is 1, and therefore do not challenge this question. Okay, let us look at this question from paper 2 now. So the question is on match the following. So guys, very clearly, there should not be any doubt that the father of modern management is Mr. Henry Fayol. System theory is Chester I. Bernard. Chester I. Bernard is the full name. So there are more guys on systems theory, but this is the person who gave early systems perspective, and therefore he is associated with that. Okay, this group influence on workplace, this is given by MP Follett, Mary Parker Follett. So now what is the doubt with some of you? So some of you are saying that administrative theory should also be associated with Henry Fayol. Weber is known for bureaucratic management. So again, I'll repeat. Some of you are saying is that administrative theory is should be attached with Henry Fayol. Weber is known generally for bureaucratic theory, guys. But Henry Fayol is already matched with the father of modern management. Now I'll tell you what is the real picture. So guys, the real picture is this administrative theory. Administrative theory has two names attached with it. So both Weber and Henry Fayol. Okay. So what Henry Fayol did under administrative theory, Henry Fayol gave journal theory of management. And what Max Weber did, Weber gave rules of management. And if you see the question is not only administrative theory, it is administrative theory rules of management. Therefore, it would definitely be matched with Weber only. And therefore now you can see that we have put up match with everybody. So D goes with 2, C goes with 4, and B goes with 1, and A goes with 3, and therefore 3 is the correct answer. This answer has also been given by UGC NET, and therefore do not challenge this question.
Now, look at the question number 15. Which of the following statements relating to the trade unions movement in India are true? So options given are the Ahmedabad Textile Labour Association was established in 1920. Second is AITUC was established in 1920. Okay, and Lala Lajpat Rai was the first general secretary of the AITUC. And the fourth one is there was a split in the AITUC in 1929. Now NTA answer key says that ABD, that is fourth option, is the correct one. It means B is incorrect statement. Okay, sorry, C is incorrect statement, right? So that is definitely incorrect statement. Look at question number 15 now. Which of the following statements relating to the trade union movement in India are true? So four statements are given. Out of these four, we need to identify which of these are true in nature. Okay, so Ahmedabad Textile Labour Association was established in 1920. AITUC was established in 1920. The third statement is Lala Lajpat Rai was the first general secretary of the AITUC, and the fourth statement is there was split in AITUC in 1929. And NTA answer key says fourth is the correct option as per them. ABD, which means A, B, D. These are true. Okay. The third one, Lala Lajpat Rai was the first general secretary of the AITUC. This is incorrect. And this is also right because Lala Lajpat Rai was first president. And who was the first general secretary? Diwan Chamanlal instead. Okay, so we can also have a look from the source from where we can verify this statement that this AITUC was formed in 1920, and along with that we can also see that Lala Lajpat Rai was the first president of AITUC and Diwan Chamanlal was the general secretary. Okay, and one more doubt related to this question has been there, that whether the Ahmedabad Textile Labour Association was established in 1920 or in any other year. So in some of the sources, the source says 1917, in some of the sources they say 1918. So the variation of 2-3 years is acceptable, right? As far as, because these questions are related to history, so variation of 2-3 years is acceptable. But if the variation in time period pertains to decades, like if had it been given 1940 or 1950, that would will not, that will not be the acceptable choice. Okay, so my concern here is that whenever we talk about history questions, the variation of 1 or 2 years can be there, okay, as far as exam is concerned. So this is again a true statement and this question should not be challenged. Next question, minimum requirement about membership of a trade union as per section 9A, which has been inserted in the Trade Unions Act by way of amendment. Now we must have a look at these words, came into force. They are asking the enforcement date. Okay, the amendment, the introduction of amendment and the enforcement date of amendment can vary. Okay, they may be same or they may not be same. So this amendment was actually brought out in 2001, but it was enforced on this date, that is 9 January 2002. And again we can also have a look on sources where it says, you can see that this is a website of Ministry of Labor and Employment, and this is clearly written here that the Trade Union Amendment Bill 2001 was passed by the Parliament, and the provisions of the Trade Union Amendment Act 2001 have been enforced with effect from 9 January 2002. So there is a variation between the introduction of the Amendment Act and its enforcement. So again, this question need not be challenged. Okay, so the answer provided by NTA is right. A method of determining compensation for the international staff where it takes all costs incurred by the employee in both the home country and the host country is known as. Now students, we have to identify the type of compensation which is related to the international staff. Okay, again we have checked various sources and students are confused about two of the options, that is whether the answer should be balance sheet system or budget system, whereas the NTA has given the answer as budget system. Okay, and many students have doubt that the answer should be balance sheet system. Now look at the source of this question. I'll show you where it clearly says that all the compensation plans related to international staff can be categorized mainly under three heads, that is budget system, balance sheet, and balance sheet system itself is also known as home net system. Okay, and the third system is local going rate system. Now, if you look at budget system, just see at the first line of this budget system. This system takes in all cost incurred by the employee in both countries, the home country and host country. Okay, so the answer is budget system only. It means NTA is correct. And now look at the balance sheet or home net system. What does it basically provides for? What does it actually provides for? It provides that all the freely disposable income of the employee, okay, it must be available in both the countries, or what I mean to say is that the spending power must be identical in both the countries. Okay, so this is all about the differentiation between the balance sheet system and budget system. So again, this answer is correct and this need not be challenged. Much awaited question. I have received so many queries with respect to this question, which belongs to Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, and it asks for definition of family in relation to an employee. So students, look at the definitions provided by in 4 of these options. In first option, they say family in relation to male employee. In second option, they provide definition of the family in relation to female employee. In third option, they provides you again third and fourth option, they are giving you family definition with reference to male employee. Now, as per the Act, Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, these B and C option, they are perfectly correct. Okay, so as per the Act itself, in case of female employee, what does a family covers? Herself, her husband, okay, her children, and whether they are married or not, her dependent parents and the parents of her husband, if they are dependent, okay, and the widow and children of the predeceased son. So everybody, all these with respect to female and male employees are covered. So these two options, the specific answer to this question should be B and C only, but the NTA has not provided this as the option. Okay, now you can look at the options. They are providing 3 answers in each of the options. So the answer which contains these 2 options, so how would you go for challenge it? Certainly, my remark on this question is that this question should be challenged. Okay, I am repeating what I am saying. This question needs to be challenged. Those students, whoever wants to challenge, they can challenge this question, because they this is again specified by the Act itself. And this B and C option, which option will you mark? That as per you, the correct option should be what? Out of 2 and 4, either of these options can be marked as correct by you, because they contain B and C as option. 1 and 3rd does not contain B and C, so they cannot be marked by the correct option if you are going for challenging this answer. Okay, so this needs to be challenged. Again, moving ahead to another question. This is a very simple question actually, and giving employees more authority to make decisions is known as authority, responsibility, employee empowerment, and decentralization. So 4 of the options are given. First and second is ruled out. Students are confused between third and fourth option only. That is whether the term should be called as employee empowerment or decentralization. But I must point it out that decentralization should not be the answer to this question, because decentralization involves levels of the organization, different levels of the organizations. So when authority is disbursed at lower levels of the organization, that is called decentralization. Okay, the decision making authority is passed on to the lower levels. Whereas employee empowerment, in this question you can see that this question does not talks about the organization structure or its levels. So employee empowerment, what does it actually mean? It provides the definition talks about that whenever the employees are given means to make important decisions, that is referred to as employee empowerment. So the clearly Clearly the answer should be employee empowerment and not decentralization. Again, this question should not be challenged. Next question: what percentage of the net profit of the company the top managers are entitled for their compensation under the Companies Act 2013? So before discussing the options, I must say that this is a question which is out of the syllabus. Companies Act 2013 is not there in NTA syllabus for HRM students. Okay, still they have covered this question, but this is not a ground for challenging any question. Okay, if question comes out of the syllabus, this does not mean that we can challenge on the basis of this ground that this is out of question. Okay, so again, this question should not be challenged. The correct answer is 11%. Yes, this is true and not to be challenged. Now, the next question is: the main function of the shop council is to increase production and overall efficiency of the shop or department. Which of the following are the functions of the shop council? Now, here the question specifically asks about the functions of the shop councils, wherein 4 options are given, and NTA has provided the answer key as 2, A and B, which means these two. So, first two options are covered under the functions of shop council. Okay, that is improvement of physical conditions of working, and the next one is to study absenteeism in the shops. Now, where the doubt of the question, doubt in the question falls as per the students. Many students have written to us and they say that to study absenteeism in the shops, that is not the function of shop councils. It belongs to industrial councils. Okay, and many has also given reference of some WPIM bill which was brought out in 1990s. So first of all, no such reference of the bill has been given in the question, so we cannot take that as a source for this question. Okay, now coming on to the options of this question, let me discuss one by one. A and B, why these are the functions of the shop council. Basically, these shop councils are associative levels of WPIN, right? And the next one, these two, C and D, pertains to joint councils, which are more or less administrative levels of WPIN. Okay, so these are C and D pertains to joint council, whereas A and B, they are more particularly the functions of shop councils. Fine, so the answer is correct and there is no need to challenge this question. Coming on to the next question, revitalizing the competitive position of the company through innovativeness, learning, and strong organizational commitment relating to organizational changes known as reinvention, reorientation, strategic intent, and strategic development. So, students, again, you guys are getting confused among two of the options, that is 3 and 4. Whether the correct answer should be strategic intent or strategic development. First of all, I would like to bring to your notice that this very statement or very definition is coined by C.K. Prahalad, and the term relates to strategic intent only, not strategic development. Okay, what does this term basically refers to? It says even if the organization runs out of the proportion of its resources or capabilities, still it has, it has a determination to achieve the goals. So this is strategic intent, and it is not related to strategic development. So what actually strategic development is? It is nothing but related to the planning phase and formulation of the plan and how well these plans are executed. So this is called strategic development. So nowhere the answer matches to the strategic development. And one more thing one more point I would like to state here, that as far as your OB and HRM topics are concerned, you have to be very specific about the definitions coined by renowned authors or whatever is the definition given by them. Okay, so the common understanding does not work out here. So the answer is again true and it need not be challenged. So a leader who guide or motivate their followers in the direction of established goals by clarifying role and task requirement is. Now, Again, out of 4 options, the students are confused between 2 of the options, that is first and third, transformational leader or transactional leaders. So the correct option given by NTA, provisional answer key given by NTA is transactional leader, whereas students are getting confused with the transformational leader. So my dear friends, I would like to tell you that transactional leaders guide or motivate their followers in the direction of established goals by clarifying role and task requirements. Whereas transformational leaders inspire followers to transcend their own self-interest for the good of the organization by clarifying role and task requirements. So there is a very minute difference between these two kinds of transactional leaders, that transactional leader and transformational leader. So again, the answer key is correct, and we should not challenge it. Coming on to the next question, the statement, I love the company I'm working for, I love my job, I am learning state, I'm a learning state and I am growing because of my organization, and so I will give my company the best in return is associated with which of these 4 cultures? The Eiffel Tower culture, the family culture, the incubator culture, the guided missile culture. Again, the confusion with respect to this question is between option number 2 and option number 3. That is the family culture or the incubator culture. Again, first of all, what actually it is? We should know this, that this whole question belongs to achieve global model of cultural diversity. Okay, so wherein these 4 kind of cultures are followed in different situations within the organization. Now, what exactly the incubator culture? It is it is that culture where management by love prevails. Okay, and family culture wherein management by relationship prevails. So basic difference among these 2 cultures is this management by love or management by relationship. Okay, and what is the attitude in incubator culture with respect to employees of the organization? They strictly follow that whatever is the line quoted in the question, that is, I love my company I'm working for and I love my job. Same. So same is the attitude of the employees in incubator culture, whereas I'm going to now tell you what is the attitude of the employees in family culture. That is basically, I must say, workers' attitude would be like, if I get along with people who are important, I will stay at the company. So this is the kind of attitude followed by the workers in family culture. Okay, so again, the answer key provided by NTA is very correct, and this need not be challenged. Next question. Selection criteria for selection of staff for international assignments are broadly categorized under 2 categories, namely individual and situation. Which of the following is covered under the situation criteria? So again, this question talks about the selection criteria belonging to staff which has been assigned international assignments. Okay, so again the question itself is providing that this can be categorized under 2 heads, individual and situation. So out of the 4 options given below, we need to identify that which one belongs to the situation criteria. So these kind of selection can be divided among, first of all, individual, and the next one is situation. Okay, so what is the subcategory? I must tell you, under individual we have technical ability, cross cultural suitability, and the third one is family requirement. So what is left here? The left out option is language. So language belongs to situation. Okay, so language, what are the other two subcategories under situation? That is country cultural requirements, and the last one is countenanced requirements. Okay, so of course, again, this question is correct and we need not challenge it. So here is the question which we have received from various students regarding comprehension RC of the paper 2. So now have a look at the RC, and I'm just directly going to question number 98, which is right in front of you. That is, according to Gandhiji, people are required to do their duties. So out of the 4 options, you have to choose the correct one. Okay. Most of the students are saying that the right answer should be without bothering about the inequalities, the 4th one, whereas the NTA has quoted first as the provisional key. Okay, so I must take you through a source document of this passage actually, wherein I would like to bring to your notice that this passage actually has been taken from this document. Okay, now you can see the name of the document and you will find herein the reference of this passage. Okay, so at page number 82 you can see this is right in front of you, and they have missed out actually one line from this. In it none thinks of his right. Okay, actually this line in your passage, in the passage given in the question paper, this is missing. Okay, in it none thinks of his rights, and based on this line only the answer is given by the NTA, that is the first option. Okay, so had it been there, the students would have find it very easy to locate the answer, but now they have missed it out. Okay, so my suggestion is that we should not challenge this question still, because they do not accept challenges based on such missing lines with respect to comprehensions. Okay, so still, if you think that we should challenge it, then you can easily go for it. And okay, you got my point. So this is from all from my side. Thank you, everybody.